closer.
What's going on, family, man? It's your host, Bam De Leon, man. It's a Single Dad Podcast brought to you by the Push It Forward Podcast Network, man. And this is episode 6 here, man. And we tapping in on, man, this one right here, man. It's kind of like autopilot, man. Raising the boy, man. Raising the young king, man. And one more time, man. It's your host, Bam De Leon, man. You can find me at IG at bam.deli, man. We about to get ready to get this stay tuned, man. We're gonna have the podcast page coming pretty soon for y'all, man. But one more time, man, we got family here with me, man.
Indeed, man. It's a root, man. Like I said, man, I'm just in here just facilitating the process, man, just hanging out or whatnot, man, or whatnot. But you can find all the other, you can find me at Herut Life, HERUTLIFE on Instagram, and you can also find all the other podcasts are part of the Push It Forward Podcast Network at PUSHITFWD on Instagram or whatnot.
Yes, sir, man. And we just tapping back in, man. Getting a lot of good response, a lot of good feedback, man.
Absolutely.
People really starting to understand and see it's real with me. Like, of course people know, man, but a lot of people even in my direct circle, man, starting to even understand and get it more. You feel what I'm saying? And I appreciate the response that I'm getting, man. So appreciate the love of everybody, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Last episode, so you gave a little insight into your whole regimen and everything like that. That's a major piece. You know what I mean? Like that's really honestly, like you've been saying it throughout the whole time. That's the number one question, right?
Yeah, man. Cause like I say, man, it's I'm still learning, bro. Like I don't have all the answers to really much of nothing. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like I know what I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to put it as simple as I can put it. And it's a daily learning and growing process, man. But I feel like it's good to document my stumbles and my struggles so somebody else ain't got to trip over what I tripped over, because, you know what I mean, each one teach one.
Right. The major piece is that the world as constructed how it is, especially here, in the United States and everything like that, it's not really made to facilitate a single father situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not really made to facilitate that. So, all the single fathers out there, including yourself, man, you really gotta blaze your own trail.
Yeah, for real, man. Cause it's like I say, like I just, me myself, I know I don't know, and I know a lot of people don't even, it's not even something you don't even realize you don't. You feel what I'm saying? Cause
right.
We kind of just, especially as men, we kind of just navigate through life. And this is a situation where I constantly have to figure out how and realize and be, honest with myself enough to know that it's a lot of things I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with me explaining like my regimen, other little things, it's just to kind of, kind of spark that thought. Sometimes the people that they ain't even really, you ain't realize that, and they don't really expect a black man to, a man in general, but especially, my circumstances, my, the cards I was given to be able to really do it, man.
Yeah, man, and just even with that, man, it's interesting because we, I don't, we might have mentioned it at one point in time, but if you do the research, man, truth be told, single fathers do pretty well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In regards to, I'm not talking about like just them on their own, but as far as like the outcome of the children.
Right.
A lot of times the children tend to do pretty well if you have a father that's willing to step up and take care of the kids and have to take care of them on their own, they usually tend to do pretty well.
I mean, because even in my own case,
Relatively.
Yeah. Like that's why I'm like, even me in my situation, like I can speak on experiences from dealing with the school, man. You know,
Right.
like I say today, we touching on dealing with my son and raising the king, man. And you know, my son has we have parent teacher meetings. You know, he has an IEP, an individual education plan, and with dealing with his teachers and stuff like that, like, you know, like I say, man, I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? So with what we're dealing with, I'm sitting there like, I feel like I'm on thin ice, like in my brain, like, cause I'm learning on what to do. Like, I don't know about what I'm dealing with him, like, you know, different other little things, you know, but I know I'm putting my best foot forward. And, you know, I get hats, and not to toot my own horn, but you know what I mean? Like, I get saluted everywhere I go, everything I do, because I just try, bro. Like,
right.
I know I don't have the answers, and like I said, we in a meeting, you know, figuring out solutions. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there, you know, in my brain, like, being that we're figuring out a solution, I'm like, and I don't have the answer yet. I'm looking at it like, you know what I mean, as just a man, shit, man stuff, like, just beating myself up about it. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
It's like, dude, they like, you good, bro? And I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So let's dive into that, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I mean, most guys will probably be lying or just, you know, flexing if they say that they don't want a son.
Right.
You know, so you know what I mean, like, you know, that's just a known.
Nah, for real.
So just, you know, for you being that, you know, that being your first or whatnot, man, how did that feel? Just even off the dribble.
And dude, like, having my first son, bro, like, it's like, you can't really explain it, bro. Like, you know, when people say that, it's like, but yeah, like, you can't really, like, it's like you got like a reset on life almost. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for me personally, like, that's just kind of how I took it, because it was like, everything I like, not like everything I haven't done right or everything, like, I kind of can, you know, mold and groom somebody to kind of like right my wrongs type. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know he ain't gonna be perfect, nobody is, but it's like I can kind of teach, and you know what I mean? Like, it was
right.
Yeah, man, it was a excellent. Like, I can't explain it, bro. I was glad to get my boy out there first, man. For real, man. Set the foundation.
Indeed, man. So, like, you know, just from your overall experience thus far, I mean, like, you know, let me fine tune it a little bit, but, like, you know, what's some of the first things that you figured out about raising a boy, you know, early on?
Well, my son, we just had a connection from day one.
Right.
So, excuse me. So I really just, you know, I just like evaluated, and, you know, like you said, like, I just had to start fine tuning stuff, because you know, I felt I'm an influence now. Like, I always been I always had influence, but, you know, like, it's somebody that's like, I'm directly like his role model, undeniably. Like, you know what I mean? Right. So it's like, it just made me like, everything, like, only way is up, bro. Like, everything gotta count now. Like, cause right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, even to this day, bro, like, it's making me stuff I don't want to change by myself. Like, I know I gotta change by myself, cause directly him, like, straight up, like, I ain't even. Your girl is having a daughter makes me, you know, clean up, you know, the bull. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have this. You know what I mean? Like, you almost got like a in-house like like girlfriend or mama. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to certain lines you can't cross. But it's like with a son, it's like, bro, you almost gotta be like a hero. Like, almost like, not even necessarily, you get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta set the tone, bro. And you know, like, I know he watching. He from directly telling me and indirectly, and that's how it's been since day one. So I just kind of always trying to been on the up and up, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's a whole different energy, right? I mean, like, you know, I didn't grow up with my father in the house. I knew my father. We had you know, still to this day have a, you know, good relationship and stuff like that. But it wasn't a traditional household, right? So, you know, all the brothers that I know, most of them that grew up in a traditional household with a strong father that was involved and was really invested in their outcome, I mean, it made a huge difference in just how they turned out.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, like, what's your thoughts on that? Just experiencing that real time.
Well, yeah, I just kind of try to really, like, you know, my father was, you know, my father's deceased, but, you know, before my dad died, he was heavily in the picture, man. So I just kind of try to reiterate a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
With him, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, cause my dad wasn't, my parents had separated, but shit, my dad was like, he was him, like, you know what I mean? So I kind of try to just instill and pass it on with all my children, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause, you know, knock on wood, my reality could be their reality one day. So I try to just give them the same game, not the same game, but, like, you know, instill stuff into them to teach them so that, you know, with or without me, they got it. Like, you know, cause like with raising children, like, you can impose a lot of stuff on them, but I kind of, like, even me being a vegan, like, just an example, like, I mean, I know I'm vegan, but I give them an option to eat certain things like that. Like, I keep them on a health, you know, quote unquote, like a cleaner diet than most people. You know what I'm saying? But I give them the options, kind of like give them the tools, and you make your own decision. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how I'm hands-on raising them. I'm giving them the tools, but I want them to be able to take the tools I give them and make it through life. You feel what I'm saying? Especially being a man, because you're gonna have a lot of decisions to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, it's all on you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of try to make sure, you know, I feel like my dad gave me a lot of foundation. He passed away when I was 10, 11 years old. Like, and I feel like I still use and reiterate stuff that he taught me. So I kind of I'm trying to run that same move with my son.
Right. So, you know, with that being said, in contrast, right, so we already talked about raising a daughter, right? Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to your son, what's some of the differences that you've noticed just from, you know, rearing, you know, those two?
Well, I can honestly say, with my son, is more so of it's interesting because my children are just like me, like, they really want to know,
right?
Like, whys and you know, and they just have different interests. So it's like, that's really the biggest thing that I have to deal with and cater to with them, because of their personalities. Like, my son, he's more of a technical, you know, technology. He's electronic based, you know, he's very selective. He likes what he likes, and I'm the same way. So, you know, I cater to that, and I try to hone in on things he's interested in, you know what I mean?
Right.
At the same time, you know, try to, you know, balance out. Like, right now we balancing out the like, you know, because being a boy, man, you know, you gotta know when to fun, like, it's time to play, it's time not to play. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know, as a man, you know they is, especially at the age where he at now, you can fall into a label. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can get kind of lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? So
that's a real, that's what you that's next level. Because you know, man, I can remember, man, being a young buck, man, and like when I just, you know what I mean, you want to play hard,
bro. Like that's why
you want somebody to play with. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes, you know, it's hard to make that distinction.
Yeah, and that's why I say like again, bro, I'm learning, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So with my son, we're trying to gauge the whole situation. You feel what I'm saying? Cause it's like, dude, like me doing everything in my power to make sure, you know, he the best him he can be.
Right.
I'm weighing every option and, you know, trying to really teach him, bro. Like, cause it's like, I know it just from experience, like, you know, being not even like just a knucklehead, but just when you get in them, like when you get yourself in those situations, you know what I mean? I've been in them, you know what I mean? So shit, I know the damage you do when you just misunderstood, bro. So like I wanna make sure, and I know the feeling of having, you know, my father feeling like he at least trying to understand me. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So like, cause ain't nobody really been there that's gonna care for him like that except, you know, a father. So I'm building that with him right now. You feel what I'm saying? Like he know, you know what I mean? The love, alright, they with me 25-8. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like they know I'm there, they know daddy locked in, but now we at the growing pains part. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to give him the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give him the cheat code. He just gotta, all right, well, as far as what I know, I don't know everything. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like I try to give him what I know, and at this point in time, we're at the learning stages, like developing stages, bro, because man, from my own experience, like between like 8 and like, you know, before you tell you about your teens, bro, that's when you really developing your next couple years on how you gonna be until you like grown, or even, you know, through life. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make sure he got these, like I say, man, just the right tools to navigate, man. And even, at least if he don't use them right now, and understand, like, you know, when the time come, he know what to do. You know what I mean? Right.
So like, you know, I had an interesting question, right? In regards to like, you know, between, you know, your second child, your daughter, and your first child, how do they differ in what they ask for? Like what they request of you? How does that, you know, I mean, like as far as what does your son ask of you? You know, at this point, I know he's young, but I mean, you know, what do you see in that?
You know, it's crazy because you would think with a girl, like that's like a girl undeniably brings out like your more sensitive, you know what I mean, side, just for lack of better words. But my son is making me, like I say, like they like me, dude. Like I'm curious. Like I want to know. Like I'm a research. I'm gonna dig deep and stuff. And my son, he want to know why. Right, and he challenges me to have to. He requires me to have to communicate. You know, like, cause typically, you know, like, you know, just ignorance, bro. Like we'll be man, bro, I'm just going whoop whoop. You know what I mean? Like I'm just going. Like I said, I even listened to myself. I was like, on my daughter episode, I'm like, man, you know, like a girl is kind of like a flower, but you know, like a boy is kind of like a weed. Like you can like, what's a flower? Like a daisy, like not like a daisy, but like a dandelion, something like one of them that grow up like a like a weed that's pretty light. You feel what I'm saying? But you can kind of tend to it like that doesn't take a lot of attention, or just a flower like, you feel what I'm saying? It don't require a lot of attention, like a rose, and then you got like you know what I mean? That type, like boy and girl, like with raising the son, raising the daughter. I'm gonna make sure I'll make sure y'all both good in this garden, but you know, just naturally, bro. That's everybody on the girl and the boy, like just typically in the world. I mean, I feel like that just as a man to this day. Like I'm 33, I still feel like that's the approach with men and women. You know what I mean? But you know, my son makes me have to, like, he's showing me that I couldn't be further from that's not the reality, because with you can't, like, I'm speaking from my own experience, like you can't teach me nothing unless you really teach me something. Like you can't just you know what I mean? Like you can't just be like, nah, don't do this, and then don't explain why. And that's one thing I make sure I have with my children, whether they feel like it or not. I know they got way more room to speak than I did at the time. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But I make sure, like, you know, when I'm telling you this, you get it. And like with my son, I want to he's making me work on my communication and explaining, because I mean, you know, sometimes some situations, you know, I was raised in a situation, you know, I'm from the old school, like I'm an 80s baby, you know, we was raised, boy, this what it is, shut up. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly, for lack of better words, like, especially when you a boy, like, you know, grandma and all them, like, man, ain't nobody about to be explaining this thing.
Nah, it is what it is, right? Because
it's for your good, you feel what I'm saying? And that's where I'm getting to with him, like, look, bro, like, I'm gonna teach you. I'm putting you down. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gotta understand that I'm telling you. I find myself saying a lot, like, man, just trust me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I don't like to be like, because I'm grown, you a child. None of that. Nah, just trust me, bro.
Hold up. It was this Instagram video of this young boy that was over there slapping his chest, talking about I'm grown, I'm the mama, you the daddy. Yeah. And he had hhis little figures up and whatnot.
That's BJ, bro. That's BJ. Like, when I get and that's why I have to learn. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because it's like when I'm telling him something, it's like, you always or you just let me say this, and I listen to him. But then it's like, at the end of the day, this is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I want you to feel me, and I don't want you to, like, you know what I mean, feel like I'm just, but bro, like, that's fire. You put your hand in that mud, but I don't, but you're burning. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I understand it may be, like, that's the type of, you know what I mean? So we getting through, because we getting there, bro. Like, we locked in. So, but it's a comeback thing with my son. He like me. Like, you gotta hear me. Like, you gonna, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, you know, do you notice a difference between, because they're in school and stuff like that, do you notice a difference between how, you know, the school system, different things like that deal with your son versus dealing with your daughter?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I feel like my daughter, man, get awards at the school. Like, I didn't even know they was offering up there, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but you know, because my children are very different at the same time too. Like, my son is yeah, they achieve different, like, peaks. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, they get different trophies, bro, because you know, BJ Brandon's very, like, he'll finesse his way out of anything, bro, and not in a bad way. You feel what I'm saying? Because he genuinely is a good kid. He wants, like, he's a lover, bro. Like, he ain't. And yeah, man, I noticed a different type of reception. Like, they both get received, you know, greatly. Like, I can't complain at all, man. But I feel like just naturally with him being a boy, like, you know, like I said, with the things that we working on, it's a funny reception to how they treat him before they like not like a prejudging, you feel what I'm saying? But it's like depending on the side of each on my son you seen is on, you know what I mean? Because I get this all the time. Like people be like, when they see me picking them both up, they be like, they came from the same household. I'm like, bro, yeah, they come from the direct same household. Like they're not, but they're both, you know, good children. But it's just like my son is a hyperactive. He's a boy. Like man, he's a boy. Like you know what I mean. And you know my girl is you know a girl. Like but you know them being the epitome of each word at that age makes them very different. You feel what I'm saying?
You know that's an interesting point you just made, because you know as a kid I contemplated this a little bit, and then as I got older I had more context and I looked at it even more. But do you, I mean, like this is beyond just you know your children, just in general, just from your experience as a parent looking at it, do you think the education system, like the you're talking about K through 12, do you think it favors a style that is more conducive to young little girls versus young boys?
For sure, yeah, man. Because I'm trying to, even with me just trying to get him help, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, I don't know nothing about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I have this podcast, but I'm just being like a figurehead to, you know what I mean, like a representation, you know what I mean? Because bro, like I don't have all the answers. I'm not no doctrines, like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really just coming around like learning with y'all, with everybody, you feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, the situation, man, with me trying to go through, things with dealing with them in the school system, like it's like, okay, it's completely different, bro. Like I just personally, like, long story short, like I feel like I feel like little boys are, for lack of better words, like kind of, like I even said, like they're kind of be left to kind of blossom until it's a problem. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like with me right now, my son is in second grade, a year pre-pandemic. We've been home a year,
Right.
But before that, man, I've been on it since like pre-K. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Just trying to, get him whatever he need, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And me being a man, bro, I ain't even have insurance before I had you. Like, I was out here thugging it. So it's like, you feel what I'm saying? But just God, don't let nothing happen. You feel what I'm saying? So like, I don't know how to deal with talk to no doctor. Like, I don't go. So it's like with going, talking to the doctor, doing things and learning how to, you know what I mean? Everybody like, oh no, he fine. I know he all right. You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, you know what I mean? Whatever need, like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to avoid, because even in my age, in my time when I was younger, they'll try to, say, try to categorize you, for lack of better terms. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And me knowing, because he done boy stuff, like, flat out, like, don't be mad at me, son, but first day of school, pull the fire alarm type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my boy. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care. You feel what I'm saying? I'm standing, and I would stick beside him. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? But
that's funny.
And then, I feel like with him doing that, okay, so he does it once, does it twice. So now who's at blame? Y'all and him. You feel what I'm saying? Like, one time, okay, it's him. 2 times, it's y'all. Okay, now we need to figure out a solution. So I'm always on that I've been on that type of time with him. Like, wow, like I said, weird.
I mean, he's a kid, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like, they like.
But y'all calling me. That's how I look at it. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because, like, I mean, I'm just looking at, like my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, they just do stuff, man.
Yeah, for real.
Every kid I know, they just do stuff. They don't. And when I was a kid, I just did stuff.
Yeah. That's why I catch myself.
No method of madness or nothing like that. I ain't had no philosophy or nothing. It didn't matter what was taught to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I just did stuff.
Exactly.
Now there was a limit. you might have, depending on, how it was, you had, that, hey, at this point I was going to get this type of treatment or what.
Right.
So you had that kind of in the back of your mind, but it didn't keep you from getting into stuff, man.
No, it ain't, bro.
You know what I mean?
Because I catch myself, like I said, bro, we quarantine, bro. We in the house all, like, we in this mug cabin fever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so we done got to learn and know each other over this year very closely. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And with this, you get tired of saying the same thing over and over, bro. And it's like, you feel what I'm saying? And I notice, like, that's why, like, and say what you want about me. I'm not about to be hitting my kids all day about nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's not even really my method. You feel what I'm saying? Because, like I say, I really want to teach you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I don't want you to just keep, I don't want you to be scared of the fire. Nigga, I want you to know, like, bro, if I touch this, it's going to burn me. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to just be afraid of fire, bro. Like, no, like, I can use this to cook, but that ain't what I'm doing. It's a time to play. Like I say, it's a time to play. Everything got a purpose type. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm just getting through that stage. Like, that's why I'm trying to get him to understand the method to the madness, bro. And I feel like with little boys, they really don't even apply, like, they don't even like highlight or even try to find the method to the madness to their problem, bro. And I feel like with me as a father trying to, like I said, okay, he do something, I'm trying to, figure out what make his brain tick. And if it's for no reason, he just, like I said, it couldn't be just growing, like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, if y'all are going to, before y'all do something, y'all not about to be able to say, I ain't try to come together, us come as a, you know what I mean?
Right.
A collective effort to make something better, because he's, you know what I mean, he's like smart, you know what I mean, they can't say nothing about that, you feel what I'm saying? Like, not saying they say anything too much about anything else, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like with the child, as long as if they're processing what you giving them, like, you know what I mean, like, you have to just switch your approach, and he's processing what we putting down. We just gotta figure out how to make it click, because like I say, sometimes, man, I can get on him, he mad as hell. You feel what I'm saying? He mad, whoop, come back 30 minutes later, like, I understand, an hour or two, after calming down, you know what I mean, he's like, I want, or the next time that situation arrive or look like it's about to arrive, he look at me and be like, whoop. Well, I'm not saying I'm about to whoop, like, you know what I mean? Because he's trying to communicate it. And that's why I feel like I've always been trying to, a barrier that I've been trying to break through, or even, make sure, like, we got an open flow in my house, because I want to, you know what I mean? We in this thing together, bro. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, that's a big piece, man. I mean, because I think, especially when it comes to black boys, man, a lot of times, black boys are not given the same level of latitude that other, little boys are able to have.
Yeah, for real.
In regards to just how they just develop. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, like, you can't. I mean, at one point, you could talk that, you hear a lot of different things that, like, trying to regulate behavior and different things that little boys do. But, like, I could just, I have a good memory, so I can remember when I was a little kid.
Right, me too.
And I can remember the type of things that I did. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nobody told me to do that. I didn't pick it up from it just was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, in regards to, like, whether it was just tackling somebody just off for no reason. You understand what I'm saying? Or like having to do, you know what I mean? It's just, nobody teaches you that. You just wired that.
It's instinct, man. It's like, man, bro, like, even having, a daughter, man, I realized, like, thinking ignorantly. Excuse me. Little girls ain't going, man. You just got a whole, like, man, but little girls do that stuff too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not saying like as much as little boys, but it's like, man, it's just kids, bro.
Right.
So it's like, we just got to figure out like what make them tick, and if it's like I say, like my son, for instance, like some dude, like some people be like telling me like, man, bro, I'ma have him, man, bro, put him in this, put him in that. Man, that man don't want to do that. I ain't gonna have him doing it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, while I will teach him, it's things that I need to, it's things that he needs to learn and develop over time. Right. But certain situations, if he not gonna be receptive to football, I'm not gonna put him in that. If he not gonna be receptive to basketball, I'm not gonna put him in that. If martial arts is what he ticks to because he like Dragon Ball Z and he like video games, he like this, I'm gonna put him in that. If he like if watching Space Jam come out tomorrow, if watching Space Jam make him want to pick up a basketball, like I'm gonna put him in that because that's some point in time, especially with boys, man, we find structure. We find peace in other things, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, boys, it's active things. Like, so a little boy, man, you can't really he might not want to sit down and read freaking Dr. Seuss all day. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, he might not. I'm putting you down. My son ain't want to listen to no like bedtime. Like, he'll listen to a story, but he don't want to. I got two. He don't want a book for him and a book for her. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he fine with no books. Like,
he said, I'm cool on the book.
I'm ready to go to sleep. You feel what I'm saying? I'm ready to go to sleep. So, you feel what I'm saying? But if I was to I put it like this. He might not like to do all that, but video games. You feel what I'm saying? If I can get him to look at this Dragon Ball Z game and he can start looking at identifying why he playing them, even if he can't read the whole screen, but he know, boom, this is my sight word in here. You need some help with this game. You want me to help you read it so you can do what you gotta do. Tell me this word. Tell me this. Tell me that. Tell me this. Tell me that. You gotta find out what make him tick, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's really how I'm giving you exact examples. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And man, I felt, especially being I've been where he at. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to have him not have some of the growing. I ain't perfect. He gonna have his own story to tell about how I raised him. But it's like, you feel what I'm saying? I know he ain't gonna have some of the same issues I had. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's all we can do, bro. Just try to do the best we can as parents. But I'm trying to give him the tools to be able to make it as a man. You feel me?
Right. So with that being said, what do you see what do you envision for the future of your son and stuff like that? Like, what do you want to? He had his own life, but you ain't his parent for no reason, right? You know what I mean? So there's you got a role to play in that. So what do you see for his future?
Man, I see him, man, like I say, man, he for honestly with him, man, the sky's the limit, bro. Because he's really one of the people that his personality is gonna open a million doors for him. And he's one of the people that he has the ability to make people love him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, for real. Like, so I feel like once he just gotta find out what his niche is gonna be like. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever his niche is gonna be, that's what he just gotta lock in, and the sky's the limit, bro. Like, realistically, like he's really probably the sweetest, best person I've met in my life, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just
that's a big statement, right there.
I mean, just honestly, like, I ain't never really like I ain't, cause like, just being transparent. Like, we from an era where we was raised being like physically disciplined, bro. Like, to the point where that's what we like. That's what we gonna do. Like, man, when I get old, but that's how you get. And bro, I don't even want to, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where I much rather teach them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like a quick like a wake up call. Like, we men. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. Like, just a quick like, man, boy, what you doing, boy? Be upside your head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, what how you coach or do you? Like, I'm not sitting there you know what I mean? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, because it don't take all that, bro.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to get your head in the game. That's the most I give to him, because that's all he gotta do, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Because he's the type of person that once he honed in on something, like, he locked in, bro. And it's working through, just normal kid stuff. He can do whatever he want to do. Like, I know a lot of people that can do, like, people say that, but like, I feel like he can do whatever he want to do, whether he knows that's what he's trying to, you know what I mean? Something gonna fall in his lap and it's gonna be for him, for real.
Yeah. Indeed, man. Yeah, because I see it. You know what I mean? I don't have a son, but I know from my own experience and just being able to, kind of see just what other little boys and stuff like that is going through, man. It's an interesting world that they walk into. It's not. It ain't. It's the systems and different things like that set up around them and stuff like that are not, in my view, all that conducive to their growth and them being able to tap into their fullest potential.
No, not at all. Especially not, just flat out, like, especially a black boy.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, we ain't, nah, bro. Like, cause like I said, I've gone through some of the same things my son's gone through. Like, I don't know if somebody described me the same way as I describe him, but I've been going through being misunderstood. Like, I done had flat out teachers hate me at one point, you know what I'm saying, and then come back and realize, like, you know what I mean, that's not even that, because we just misunderstood, bro. Like, I've had people describe me like, and anybody know me, I'm silly, I'm goofy, I like to think I'm humble, you know what I'm saying. I'm a no nonsense person, but people have seen the no nonsense when I'm pushed there. You know what I mean? Because everybody know life and situations. You feel what I'm saying? Like, people will see like a certain aspect of you and just feel like that's you. And I feel like as a man, especially as a child, you got, stipulation where you can only even say so much sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I feel like black boys, man, our whole angle is misunderstood as children, bro.
Right. I mean, shoot, I got kicked out of middle school, man.
Yeah, dude, and that's crazy, bro. Cause knowing you as a middle school student, bro, like, bro, I should have been kicked out before you. Like, just knowing you, like, friends, like, you know what I mean, like, just knowing us as students, like,
yeah,
man, that's crazy, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But that's just and look at where we was at too. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, we were in a different environment. Like, we are the minority, but we're living in, a suburban, area. Dude, we super the minority. Like, they almost probably feel like, a black boy, situation, me knowing the situation, he probably don't even need to be over here. You feel what I'm saying? That's how they approach the situation, instead of, figuring out like, hey, because that's whatever, certain situations, they always interested in, they don't ever come and ask the, not saying you're supposed to care about why the, defendant is doing what he's doing, but it's like, dude, that's something like, that should be a part of like rehabilitation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why did you do what you're doing? Like, and especially with a child, dog, the sky's the limit, and nothing is set in stone with a child. Why do they not try to figure? Why is it not more stuff like that directed on?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, and this is just my takeaway from everything, is that we have to educate and raise our own children. The other people real. Don't understand, because even like in my situation, when I got put out of that middle school and had to go to a different school, it was all just a misunderstanding. It was super misunderstanding. but there was nothing I could do to change that.
They don't want to hear you, bro.
Nah.
And that's why it's like and I done been there. That's why it's like, even with my son, like, he can be dead wrong, and I can sit there and let him get it off, like, why he wrong. Like, not like why he wrong, but like, explain your take on it. Like, what's your perspective? Where you coming from? And and surprisingly, like I say, man, a lot of the times, bro, we don't, like, I sit there and I listen to them. Like, people get on to me this all the time because they be like, man, I'm listening to them, bro. And like, it's like it being like, for lack of better words, like physical discipline is easier. You may see quicker results, you know, certain situations with that, but that may not be the right results for the right reason. You feel what I'm saying? So I'd rather change the mindset. You feel what I'm saying? And that may be, you know, that's a path less traveled, because it's like, man, like you saying, like, it's a misunderstanding, bro. Like, so, okay, what do we do with a misunderstanding? Because in a situation where you're being misunderstood, you would want to be understood.
Exactly.
Like, you would want somebody to try to figure out, like, what's happening. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, you know, it's kind of crazy because even in, man, we watch the news, man, you know, not to be the simplest way to put it, man, we'll see, you know, other races, you know, men, young men, you feel what I'm saying, find themselves in, you know, just life situations, man, you know what I mean? And man, it's words created behind other, you know what I mean, youths like affluent and junk when they just flat out wrong, you feel what I'm saying? But the black boy, he going down the road like he's being, man, we the victim and we monsters, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, my cousin who moved with us, you know, because I'm originally from Ohio. He moved with us. He got kicked out of the state of Georgia.
Yeah, I remember that, bro. I remember you telling me that. Like, what can you be doing? And then when
he was doing a lot, but I mean,
but when you tell me the whole situation, bro, it's me knowing, like I said, me knowing you, knowing the family member, knowing the direct, I don't know, you know, his whole life story, but it's a method to the madness, bro.
Right.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? And that's not a question that's asked. They asking like, man, how you going? You got a plane ticket? Not like what's going on with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, like, it's no rehabilitation. Like,
he was in middle school. He couldn't come back until after he was 18.
That's ridiculous, bro.
He was in middle school. Like, and then you think about, like, you think about your average 13-year-old, 14-year-old. That's deep.
Yeah, for real, man. Just like you saying, like, even with your situation, like, being like expelled from the school, bro. Like, man, look, man, it's especially even coming up, you know, where we were at, man. Like, it's only black boys got that story to tell. Like, right. You know what I'm saying?
Like 100%.
Like, ain't nobody else got that story to tell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, like, and you know, that's why I say, like,
and it wasn't no given that I was going to be able to go to the other school.
Bruh, exactly, because it's like
fortunate to be able to go to the other school.
Even our moms catch, even, you know, black women, you know,
she couldn't advocate for me.
Yeah, like, you know, they catch the short end of the stick, because it's like, even with trying to help us, because it's like, man, like, say like your situation, I've seen a situation where, you know, I'm not sure if, you know, the mother's name, but just for putting her son in a different school district, bro, went to prison. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, like, it's almost like we're built to win, expected to lose. Like, you know what I mean?
I think it's because they know, like, I mean, typically when the father is there, it's a different type of child that's showing up at school. Because I mean, like, it's just there's
structure, bro.
It's primal nature.
Yeah,
I mean, after a certain point, once you, I mean, like, and this is just facts, right? Once you reach a certain age as a young boy, and if you're raised by a mother, your mom can't whoop you no more.
Yeah.
She can just yell at you and try to intimidate you, but it's still, that physical threat ain't there no more.
Nah, for real.
But your dad can still knock you out if you really need it.
If you need it, yeah. If you need it.
And I'm not saying that he should or he going to.
Exactly.
But that physical threat
it's a reality.
is there. I mean, he a man just like you trying to be.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
So it's different. You know what I mean? So you're when you're learning, right? Because you're in your adolescence, You don't know everything yet. You're not gonna be refined. Like it's certain people, they just don't take certain risks. They don't do certain things, and that can be an illusion of being a better, you know what I mean, being more well behaved and all this different things.
Exactly.
But you know, that same behavior, that person might not take it to the level that you may take it, and just in overall life as an adult, because of the way that you're wired. Right. So sometimes I just get misappropriated, and that's when you definitely need a strong male figure. You need your father in your life to be able to know how to harness that, and how you teach you how to, what's that movie, How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah. That's why I say, like, with my son, like, I'll sit there and I'll take the long road with teaching them, because it's like I don't want to just be like beating them up, you feel like whooping them, you know, like, you know what I mean, like, if for everything he do, like you say, like, bro, like, I'll be like, we've been in the house a whole year, bro. I've been doing that junk every day, like, and who got time to be doing that? And it's when you, after at some point in time, you got to realize, like, it just ain't clicked yet. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like teaching them to tie their shoe. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you can sit there and, you know, it's something that you, like, that's the reality of it. Like, and that's something, like, I took with teaching them how to tie their shoe, I applied the patience I had to have, I try to at least, with a lot of everyday situations. Like, I can't really be mad or disciplined, you know, or be like too impatient with them while they learning to do this, because, or even, you know, when you just flat out not listen to me while I'm teaching you something that you need to know, like, flat out, like, long as, like, bottom line, you not listening, I'm trying to teach you something that you have to know, like, nigga, you gotta know how to tie your shoes, but it's life, you feel what I'm you gonna be right, like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, with that being said, I gotta find a way to get it to put it to where you get it, because, bro, you gotta know this. Yeah. And I feel like if people, we as parents, the system, if you really cared, like, if they took that approach with just people, not even just black boys, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would, I feel like if that's the approach that we took with, you know, just each other, bro, like, the end result of a lot of things in life, just period, to be like a whole lot easier, bro. Like, cause we gotta get, it's certain stuff we just gotta get right. Like, and I feel like when me raising, you know, having that father figure as a, you know, the predominant figure, you know, my kids, I feel like once we get it right and we get it, we good. But once we get it, you know, once they get to what they gonna be, man, it's gonna be hard, man. They all mine.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, man. So I think we definitely touched on a lot of different things on this particular part, man. We can hit this episode on a whole different level. Yeah. In a whole nother part. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It'll be a part 2, man. Man, we can, fast forward, follow up, man, because these are, like I say, even with this podcast, man. I just want to give a little perception, like, you know, let y'all see my interpretation of the situation, and it's constantly changing, like, you know what I'm saying? So with the growth and, you know, development and other little things, man, we gotta touch back in on a lot of stuff, man.
For sure, man. You know, yeah, man, I think like I said, I think we sliced that up pretty well of whatnot, man. Shout out to all the, you know, young black boys out there.
Yeah, man. Ain't nobody got you, boy. I got you on Jesus.
Indeed. Well, shoot, man. Man, I'm questioned out right now, man. So, man, you can go ahead and close this out, my brother.
All right, family, man. Till next time, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. And hit me, man. You can find me at IG, man. Bam.Daily, man. Y'all tap in, man.
Indeed, man. We out.
Be safe.
Peace.